Okay, come again.
We just had a question from Anton, who's doing a conference next week,
Yeah,
and he wants to generate a QR code that people can install at the reception of an event location.
yeah, sure.
We want to have it so that when they scan it, it will automatically take the affiliate code, log them into the app. Is
But
that
you know,
possible?
we have already that built into the app.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yes, Anton, we
Look,
can help you.
if you go to your settings and you click on your invitation code, sorry, let's resize it.
It's in French.
It's in French. Okay. You click on your invitation code here,
Yeah.
and you will get here a QR code, which leads to this URL, biocoherence.net/open/your invitation code. And if you click here, it will just save it. It should, yes, you click here, it will just save it as an image that you can then use.
Okay, so this is the because it's from the hotel that I want to bypass the receptionist guy if it's too busy, so the guest can just scan the QR code, install the app,
Yeah.
and go under the hotel's pro version, and then the guy from reception just gives him the sensor, and he makes the reading, and then.
Yeah, sure. And so there is only one drawback with this system is that we have this URL, and if you open this URL, so I will just open it in a private session so that you can see everything. It's still in French, of course. Anyway, if the user has BioCoherence, it will open in BioCoherence and it will install your invitation code. If it doesn't have BioCoherence, it will try and copy the invitation code into the clipboard and then redirect the user to the install page. So the user has to install the app. And when he launches the app, he clicks on I have an invitation code, and the app will try to read the invitation code from the clipboard. Okay. So it's not entirely bulletproof. It's the only way we have to pass the invitation code from the link to the app when the app is not yet installed. So it should work generally, but sometimes people might have to retype the invitation code by hand because it didn't go through. So I would suggest you use the invitation code as a QR code, but you also print it.
Yeah, I will put it under. Yeah.
Yeah, you put it under, and so you say click on the QR code, and the invitation code should be automatic. But if it's not, use my invitation code. Okay.
But just to actually continue that process, so they install the app and they either copy or paste the invitation code or they type it in. Once they do, they're going to be underneath that hotel. But then when they do a scan, the hotel will give them an invitation code, which they can enter in their settings, which will give them access to their report.
Yeah. Okay. So the invitation code that starts with an A, the one that I just shown, is just for affiliation. A is for affiliation, so it's not for pro. If you want an invitation, if you want an invitation code as a pro, meaning you have access to everything the user does, you need to replace the first A with a P, like pro. Okay. It's a different setting that it doesn't only give you an affiliation on everything that the user buys, but it also gives you right to read. It states that you are the pro of the user.
But if they enter the P code, will they automatically be an affiliate as well?
I'm not sure if it's. I think so. Yes.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I think it should be, but I was thinking about it. I have to check.
Okay, but can they, when they go through this P code,
Yes.
can they make the scan on their mobile phone, so the scan goes to the pro?
Yes.
You understand? So come inside of hotel, on the table under the reception there is a QR code. He puts this, installs the app, gets the sensor from the reception, makes the scan on his phone, and then gives back the sensor, but the hotel after gets his exploration under his pro account.
If it's the code of the hotel, yes.
This
Hmm.
So yeah. Oh, it's something that I was trying to see because during the summer where it's season, there is a lot of work, so they don't have time too much to take care of this. But if you put the QR codes and they see the signing, they can do the work pretty much by themselves, you know.
Okay,
yes,
so right now I checked. Right now the P gives you the privilege of a pro, and the A gives you some affiliation financials, but it's not the same. So you might have to use both to get the both advantages, or we create a special one that gives you at the same time pro and affiliation. So we might have to do that in the next version.
Yeah, because one of the offers that I put for the hotel was that they can get the rebate after these guests buy the subscriptions after this trial period of 7 days, you know, something like this.
Okay.
It's incentive for them to get more like money.
Okay. Okay, so we might need to do that. Yeah.
Super.
In the meantime, if you have any pro or affiliation related question for one specific user, you can just send an email to us and we can adjust it from the backend. So if you need anything specific, you just send a message and we can adjust it even afterwards.
Okay, I wanted to ask you in the back end of the affiliate, there is the invoices of the monthly subscriptions that go through your app.
Yeah.
But I cannot see what is the final number. I cannot understand because it's writing like you €8, €10, blah blah, all the year and all the months. But then I don't have like overview of what is now the summary of that.
Yes, that's still missing. So it's yeah. It's still something we have to do on the back end.
Yeah. Okay. Just to be clear, because like this, I'm not clear about that. Yeah.
No. It still has to be done. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is it.
Speaking of that, we had an idea since long to give the pros the possibility to give some free subscriptions sometimes in a month for some users. And this will be part of the next update, meaning if I share my screen, when you go, maybe I can switch to English. If you go to the user, they already have a subscription, of course. I will change for another one. Sorry. Okay, so you go to the user page and you can subscribe for the user. So if you take, for instance, a Me Play subscription, you can either send an email. You can either send an email to the client so that he pays by them. The client pay by themselves when they receive the email. They just have to click on the link, or you can pay for the client. And when you pay for the client, you either pay with a rebate, or you can now take from your monthly quota. It means according to different subscriptions, if you are a pro basic or a pro expert, you have a different quota of free subscriptions that we will now include into the pro subscription. And we will probably do a bonified quota in the beginning so that it helps you to cover the cost of the pro subscription in the beginning by either selling these different subscriptions to your clients. You can either choose to sell it to the clients or to give it for free to the client. It's up to you. But anyway, know that you can just get them for free from us, from a quota. For instance, on this subscription, I have a quota of 3 Me Play subscriptions that I can get for free every month. And it counts as how many currently active subscriptions you have. So if you have currently 2 clients that are active on Me Play, like in this case, then you can activate a third one, and you will not be able to activate a third free another free one until one of these 3 clients runs until the end of the subscription. So when you need to know that, okay, at some point you should have the date of when it's so in the official release, you will have the date of when the next one will be freed when you need. So I think it's a good thing for you because it will lower the price of the pro subscription because you can deduce some of the subscriptions that you can then resell for your clients, or you can choose to give some subscriptions for free to your clients when they need it, if it's part of your package, or if it's some clients that needs to be helped and cannot pay for the subscription, for instance, you can just give them for free now in one click, and it's on us. So I hope you like that.
Feature.
But yes, we worked on the way for you, still in the spirit of preparing the social networks that we want to launch. We worked a little bit on the pro directory, so now you will get so if you go on the pro directory, you will get now the new profile page, which you can change with a new image, your expertise that will lead to your, and you see you have a new top menu here. So about, which is your general profile page, your expertise that you can set up in your profile, the trainings that you can offer, and the posts that you can put on the koreans.today social network. So this will be part of the pro directory. And conversely, when you post something on koreans.today, this information will be available on your public profile. And we also fixed the part on the training. So same for the training. If you go here, you get a direct access to the different training offers that you might have. So please create the trainings that you want to give or the pro offers that you want to have to prepare for the launch of the pro directory that will be launched at the same time of the social network, which is very soon now because it will be part of the next version. If you want to see how to create this banner, so this banner is created on your profile page here. So we added some icons. You have one icon to change your profile picture, and you have one icon to change your banner picture, which is this one. And this banner will be displayed on your profile page. So if you want to see your profile page on the social network, so you go to settings and you see my social posts, and you will see it as it will be shown for other users. So as a reminder, you can create stories, showcases to show your products, and you can create as many posts as you want to just explain what you do or speak about things that you know. And this will be automatically translated and displayed on koreans.today that is currently prepared for a launch soon. Another thing that changed in the next update, if I go back on the homepage, when I change the account and I open the account of a client, I can now see the client's deck here. And this deck is every ongoing program that you have, the favorites programs that you have, and the milestones. And so this is open for discussion, but I think it would be good that pros could have access to this deck because it can allow pro to see how the client is progressing on several points, like what basic programs they are currently running, where they are in their ongoing 21-day programs, etc., etc. So I think having this deck available for clients and not only for you is a good thing. I'm not sure I should put the privileges and favorites and so on, maybe just list the ongoing cards and maybe the milestones to see what rewards the clients get. It can help you know how they use the app. At some point, one of you raised the idea of being able to see if the client was actually using the app and was actually committed to making the harmonic boosts, etc., etc. So this will come in a way to see the global timeline, and to see how the client is engaged into the app usage. Okay, I think that's mostly what I wanted to share with you. Any question of your side, on your side?
No questions.
Or maybe this one. Just something because progress was something you raised too. Now when you go on progress and you expand it, I have to take one with several parts, of course. Let's go back to the home page. And let's take mine. Okay, as you can see now, you get the first and the last integral coherence score value for every line, and the numerical value of the evolution between each step. So this can be helpful because sometimes you don't know exactly what this green line means. So it's green when it's above 50, so above half the value, and it would be red if it's below 50. But you have the numerical value, which is the same as when you click on it here, the same as in the center of the flower. So you can see in one glance how it goes.
So if that doesn't matter if this biomarker was trained,
Yes.
it's still over the 55.
It can be, yes.
No, you put and it was 55, but it's trained. So
Yes.
yeah. So this is about the quality, the intention, attention, and horizon.
Yes, it's true that it can be complicated to gather some meaning between the two values because strained is only from energy and agitation, whereas the IC score is more global and takes the links and, as you just said, rightfully, attention, intention, horizon. So you can still have values above 50 even if it's trained, which gives you another information. It's trained, but it's well connected, so it's in good shape to heal, in fact.
Okay.
Well, what about on that when you do your personal guide, right? And you're doing that, the meditations, and then you look at certain of the biomarkers show up, right?
Yeah.
And even if it's only, if it's only a gain of 1% and all of them are above 50, it will show red because you went from 64 to 63.
Yes.
So that's not part of the progress. I mean, it is part of the progress, but that's only on that one biomarker because you don't get to see the whole list in the
Yes.
personal guide.
Do you mean it's a problem?
Huh?
Do you mean it's a problem?
No, I don't. I'm just trying to clarify it.
Yeah, it's
Over 50 is green, and then anything under 50 is red. But going from 64 to 63 in the personal guide, because that's when it shows, the.
It's true. You are right. And to be honest, I didn't think about that. So what you say is that there is a discrepancy between what we show in the curves For instance, I should try and find one. Okay, so this one goes from 112, which shouldn't exist, but okay, to 111, and it's green, and it should be red. That's what you mean?
Yeah, well, it shows up that way in
Yeah.
the personal guide because I do my personal guides.
Yes.
It just shows that, well, that one went down. So, it's...
Yes, it's very true, and it's a very good remark. And so maybe I should change it here to be consistent with the curves, of course.
Yeah, there you go. And those,
Yeah. Okay, good point. Yeah. So yes, I should change the colors here to match the ones that we use in the curves, of course. Wow. I'm so happy you are here. And I have too many things on my papers.
Yeah, we are very blessed to have such an amazing group of testers and early adopters. So thank you, everybody. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and I have a story to tell. If Benrik is ready,
Yes, please.
Okay, everybody knows that I'm into the longevity field, so I take stuff, not so much than others, but the ones who the app is telling me to take. So I did that, and then I took something for a very long time, and all the experts say it's a good thing because if you take those two substances, it's good for your glutathione and stuff like that. So it's a detox arrangement. It works very well. And then during the time where I couldn't make the scans, the test, because it was not possible, was a good thing because then suddenly I had 38 integral current value 38. I was like, what's going on?
Oh.
And this was for a week, but I was, let's see, something is wrong. Something is wrong. So that means if you take substances, whether it's medicine or something else, you can know whether your system is really going down or going up.
Yeah.
And I think this is very, very valuable for everybody who's taking stuff, or even elderly people who take medicine.
Yeah.
I mean, not to, yeah. And so then by accident, the next day, I was watching an article about someone who said, okay, it's a good product, but don't take it too long. Only take it maybe 2 months or 3 months and then make a break. So I waited 2 days. And then after the 2 days, I had 60, and the next one 61 points. And it was really like, this is the way it works.
Yeah.
Because it was a warning signal that something is wrong in my stuff I'm taking.
Yeah.
And this is a wonderful example how you can work with the system in a really good way, because the system is like a reference point for your way of being. And I was so happy. I was like 61 in the morning,
It's
like, yeah.
It's super interesting for many reasons. One is that you get such a quick feedback of what is actually good for you individually.
Yes.
Because even if literature says, okay, this compound is generally good for this kind of people, you don't know exactly if it applies to you or not. So if you can just do a test and see how your global IC score evolves after taking this product, it's really good. And the second thing is that probably this product broke a lot of links into your system, because as I just said to Anton, the IC score is most dependent on the quality of links and the quality of the global flowers, like intention, attention, horizon, and so on. So this product probably shaked a lot of things inside you and probably disrupted a lot of internal communication, which maybe is the point. I don't know. I don't know what is the point.
One of the results was a dry coughing, because this product, it was all the mucus out, you know, all the so it was such an amazing journey from 33 to 60, 61 in 3 days, you know.
Wow.
Like, well, it was really mentioned.
So you mean detox?
No, now it's like that. It's 2 products. It's not a supplement. It's a raw product the body needs to create glutathione, and if it creates glutathione, the liver is doing it. It can detox. Glutathione is the most antioxidant product a body can create, but it only is possible to do it if you have those 2 substances I told.
Okay.
That's the idea. So it's not some herb or something like that. Nothing like that. It's a substance the body can use properly. But if the body has too much of it, it's too dry. It dries out, and you cough and doesn't feel so good. You know, things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So what do you think? Do you think the fact that it's suddenly dropped was a good sign that your body was entirely moving, or was a sign that you should stop it very quickly? That's a good question.
It's a sign that something is wrong, and I have a very good intuition, you know, and my guides and stuff like that. So I'm not alone in this situation. And they're telling me, you know, check this NAC. It was glycine and NAC. These are the 2 substances, glycine and NAC. Everybody knows that. So I said, I'll check that. And the next day I found this other video where the expert is telling me it's a good thing, but not too much. And so it was really a follow-up. Each day something happened. And then I sometimes I have the impression that the body has to be shaken up to rearrange itself.
Yeah.
And that was, in a way, the situation.
So maybe it was a little bit violent for your body too.
But, you know, it's a learning curve. The next day I would say I wouldn't wait 3 days. I waited 3 days, and each day I had 38 or something like this. You know, like, ooh. Yeah.
Does it actually said, sorry, Jeff, Kat just said there in the chat that therein lies the power, beauty, and value in BioCoherence, the personal customization, which is actually very well said.
Yeah.
So is there any way to check, like when the value goes down to 38, right? Obviously that's a sign that tells you something's wrong, but is there a way to clarify that? Like, is it in a sense calcifying the connection?
I would go into maybe the causal. I would go into the causal chain, or I would go into specific screens to see if some biomarkers are actually hit harder than other ones. If it's more physical, if it's more emotional, if it's more energetical, maybe you can just dig a little bit to see what systems are really going down. But a global integral coherence score of 38 from 60 is a huge drop, because you know when you have a 5-point difference on the global IC, you are happy. So here a 20-point or 30-point difference is something huge.
Mm-hmm. Well, but if you're taking a product, right, and I guess it could be emotional. It's, you know, you drink alcohol and you get a temporary buzz, or but if so that could be emotional. But maybe if you're taking a product, the interruption of the electrical signals, if it's getting, and I'm just using calcification, doesn't necessarily have to be that, but you can check for calcium, because you have a potassium calcium interaction, and that way you could see which one's taking the hit.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to dig, you have a lot of tools to dig into the app, or you can just say, okay, this seemed to drop dramatically my global IC score, and maybe I should reconsider this product, which is what Michael did.
Well, I'm also maybe suggesting that for the drive bars, the bars there, you can see the bars bigger, but sometimes if it's just a little bit smaller, you can't tell. There's no value there. Just understand what I'm saying?
Well, you
That
can
was,
you can always click on the detail to
so in other words, get the flower.
yeah. I mean, I would say get the flower, and here you can see the progress, and you can see again if it's green, it means that it's going up from the first to the last, and conversely, if it's red, no, not this one. Okay, this one are not showing. Anyway, you can see the in the center. You can see the different values. Now this one is not evolving, so you don't have. But yes, I agree. Just on the this would only show you the energy anyway, so it's just one part of everything that we have in the flower. It's just the vertical part of the flower. This bar. So it doesn't show you the IC score. It shows you the global energy of every drive, but not the global IC score. If you want the IC score, you have to open the flower.
Okay. Yeah, because like I say, it's I guess the flower is the commonality between all of them. So, and in the center of the flower is the IC score. But I was just wondering if it was more quicker. But thank you.
Maybe we could change these bars to display either the energy or the IC score, but honestly, the graph predates the IC score. So the graph was made at a time where the IC score didn't exist. So maybe it would be a good time to update these graphs and not only display the energy, but display the whole IC score now that we have it, and maybe put some toggles here to switch either from energy or to IC score. Why not? That would be possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something food for thought. I mean, I really think that emotions are, have a higher value in, reducing blockages than, not necessarily higher than products that you might take, supplements.
Yes.
That you're taking.
Yeah, I agree, but that said, what Mikhail told us was, I think, very physical. He took a product that disrupted a lot of inner processes into his system, and it immediately shown on the scanner.
That's why I was asking for calcification. That's all on a physical product.
Okay. I wouldn't know personally about that, so I cannot say.
So wouldn't it in our scan come up as like when you're stuck, either a product is causing it, an emotional is causing it, mental, whatever. But when we look in the different programs and we're looking at all the red, especially when we're seeing that often, we're stuck in that pattern, and the idea is to break the pattern. Now, is the AI showing us that in our scan that we are trying to break that pattern with that by feeding us what we need because we see those lower markers? Or is there some way to point this out without having to do all the fishing to figure out what all that is?
Well, in one part, it's already what the algorithm does when it pinpoints what your priorities are, because your priorities are what you need to work on right now. And it's more or less the parts that are the most stuck in your system. So if you go to the priorities, especially now that we have this new, we have a new way to show the priorities when you click on categories. And you will see what is the current main resource and the current main priority. If you go to the TCM points, if you go to the drives, and you will see all the other priorities that are probably part of your own priority list. So this is the categories. So it shows you what the algorithm says you have to work on. And then you have your selection, which is what you will actually work on in this 21-day session. And you can have some different organs or drives. But for instance, it will pick up the 8 most important drives, and it will always be 8 on the 56 different drives that we have. But if you go back to categories and you go to drive, you see that you can have some other ones here that could be also of interest, and that has not been picked because the algorithm has limited to 8.
So back to Michael, though, if a product is interrupting you that you're taking, thinking it's good for you, where would that be able to show up in our, harmonic boost?
It's hard to say. It
Would
would
we
be
recognize that is happening?
yes.
So that might be feeling under, or if we go fishing, we'll find the red markers. But I'm just saying, in our harmonic boost, is there some way to identify that something we're doing, and it could be like a supplement we're taking, is the problem that we're dealing with?
I don't think we could have a direct conclusion like that. We can only see a global status of the system, and measuring the system and saying that the system is very disturbed. But I don't see a way to say, okay, your system is disturbed because you just took that supplement. That's a little bit beyond the reach of what we can analyze.
I think so.
So if it showed up, though, it could show up as like digestion.
Yes.
In my case, it was coughing, but it can be. What you can do is you can use the test list and make a evaluation of the product, and it says no, don't take it.
Yeah. True.
This is even a little information
True.
about not to take it. This is why some people, if the longevity people would use the system every morning and every evening, because they have so much stuff to take. I only take 5 to 6 things, other take 20 to 30. Imagine that.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's overload.
Yes.
I think it's good for them because scientifically you need this amount of vitamin C and this amount of zinc and stuff like that. But maybe you ate something and you don't need it.
Yeah, and it's when you take so many different products, it's maybe good to rotate every day and to take only what you need this particular day.
Yeah, but they don't do it.
No.
And this is the area where I want to reach the people. They only have to find me. That's a little the problem. But however, I think this is a good start to say, okay, these are my supplements.
Yeah.
I make a test. I make my own list. What we created a few weeks ago. Or you do your own list and then you say, okay, I don't need this in the morning, and you don't have the problem in the first place. That's the solution.
Yeah.
You want to find Michael, he's in the pro directory.
Yes.
As a lot of our initial adopters,
especially me in the pro directory, it looks like I'm always laying down on the job because my head's sideways.
Oh yeah, we need to fix that actually. Yeah, we need to be able to rotate the photo.
We don't have a photo rotator yet in the profile picture. Yes, that's maybe something we should add.
Well, I have to figure out, why it's doing that, because when you look at the picture, with the picture when it was taking was, I wasn't lying down on my head.
I should have a little snippet to allow to choose a part of the photo and maybe rotate it so that it's fixed directly on the screen.
Thank you.
Not very complicated, and just to add on my to-do list. Okay.
Priorities. What version? Because I must say that I wasn't looking at the priorities as deep the way it. I must have missed when you brought that up. For when you added that to when you modified the priorities like that. That's really valuable.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get what you said.
Well, in the priorities, you just showed us that,
Yeah.
Now you can go categories and stuff.
Yes.
I've seen that. Not my mistake for not going there, but
no. It's I'm not sure it's your mistake. My mistake is that there are too many news each week, and sometimes I just skip lines on everything that I have to share with you. And sometimes some of the new features just go below the radar. So I would have to go back into everything. And for instance,
because before when I used priorities, you had to really dig to find what they are. Now that you've categorized them, that's another easy way to look at the positive and negative numbers. As long as you keep the values, if it goes down 1 degree, it's red, or maybe, I don't know, whatever color. And if it goes up, it's green. But
yeah, and maybe we should. One of the ideas you had was to add something else on the flower. For instance, for you it was the cycle length. But I think maybe we should add these colors, like it's evolving in the right direction or it's evolving in the wrong direction. So that's some of the things that we could actually do.
then if you could add cycles to the drives there, that would be a big help. It's the slower the cycle, the deeper you have to dig to pull it out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we are working on the onboarding process for new users, and at the end of the onboarding, we will give one specific card which will give a free basic program forever. So you don't need to have a subscription for that, so that people can test a basic program. And we will probably change the initial subscription with a 7-day free period. So it's 7 days for testing, and then the subscription will actually start. And I think some of you wanted to extend this free period for testing. I don't think it should be for everybody. I think it should be only with an invitation code, so that you, as a distributor or as a pro, could give an invitation code that could give a longer test period for users. So that it comes as a privilege that you give to them, not as something that everybody can have just by installing the app. So if you agree with that, we will probably add a new invitation code perk that would be a longer extension test period before we actually start billing the user. And maybe we would have to bill at least to take the credit card at the beginning, or maybe to bill something like $1 for a month or something like that. It depends on how the bank will allow us to do that, because in fact, if we bill through the App Store, I think the maximum free test period is 7 days. So we would have to extend that period in a different way with an invitation code. But that is something that we could do.
But are you going to give us a cheat sheet for all those?
Sorry?
You've mentioned 2 or 3, different perks.
Yeah.
Both for the pro or for the client. And can you generate a cheat sheet so we can look at that once you get it all figured out? Because some of those are going to be kind of hard to remember.
Yeah. Good idea.
So, can we make this code so we can put
are like 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, this trial period. Can you make it like this? Because
to be clear, when you create a code on your backend, you should be able to choose what perk you want to include in this code, and then this code will be always linked to the same perk. So you would create a code with an extension, and this specific code would always lead to, I don't know, 7 days of free trial or 15 days of free trial.
Okay.
And so you would have to write the code once and for all on your on a paper or anything, and you could give the same code to everybody with the same perk that would be given to the clients when they use the code.
Does it matter where in other words, I have my affiliate code or my pro code, right? The letter, my designation, then a dash.
Yeah.
Would it matter where if you decided to use letters as the perk value? Would it matter where the letter ends up? In other words, if you have my number, and then it's either an A or a P right now,
Yeah.
and then you decided to do X, we'll just say X. If the X would come at the beginning, or could it come at the end where you do a dash, and then X, X7 or X15.
It could be it could be that. What is the point? What would you want to achieve?
That I know what I'm passing out, right? Or when I track it, then okay, I gave this person a 15-day perk, and then I get to see, well, did they use it? Because once they initiate the code, that's when it starts. If they didn't use it, then
Yeah. So that's more or less how the invitation code works, because it's always start with the same and then it changes. And so for the perks, I mean, it would always be the same code, and the beginning is always the same, but the end would change, and the end would decide what perks it gives to the end users at the end. Was that your question?
Right now, I mean, it always starts with my code, and then
Yes.
there's random generated after that, right?
Yes.
The dash line.
Yes.
And then if there was another dash added, so the random number in the middle becomes, whoever I sent it to, whether it's the hotel with all the clients or whatever. But then the dash, I'm just using X7 would be a 7-day perk, or X15, or however you want to, however we.
Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
That's a more solid way of, with the cheat sheet, and then that's a more solid way of actually tracking who is using it. And maybe you don't want to give 15 out to the clients, maybe you only want to give them a 3-day, depending on whatever tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, each new client's different, but you can always, anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Track.
Yeah. Okay. I'll think about that to make it simple. Okay.
I have one question?
Yeah.
I was wondering if when it would be possible to get the Croatian language. It's in the app, I know.
Yeah.
For the app, only it's not something because too important by the guests for the tourism, but customers, there is a lot of these older people that are not too much in the other languages.
Okay, so it's already in Croatian in the app. So what do you need more?
No, the Personal guide, the person.
The audio. I have to check that because I recently found a new model that makes a lot of European languages like Russian that are difficult to find otherwise. There is just a new model that went out a few days ago that I didn't yet test, but I flagged especially for you. Right now, we only have, I think, 5 languages in audio, and we have to generate more anyway. So the goal is to have all the same languages that we have in the interface as audio. If you say it becomes a priority, it will become a priority, and we will do it quickly. That's as simple as that.
Like in 1 month. 1 month. For now, I'm doing the harmonic boost for them. I just say, okay, you can use that. It's okay.
Yeah.
But just to have another level of this, so it's
Okay. So we just have to bump it up on the list of things to do.
no okay. Just to be. And
okay, I'll check that.
I think I've lost. I am trying to find from Harmonizer the cable that is going out. The small cable.
Yeah.
Do you think that I can replace it with something else?
I don't think so because it's very specific, but we will get new harmonizers in March with one short cable and one long cable. So we will get an inventory sometimes in March that will be okay for sale in the USA and in many countries, but not yet in Europe because we are still waiting for the MDR, but it can be used in Europe for demo only. Or for non-medical, etc., etc. But we are still waiting for the MDR. But we, as soon as we have some devices, of course, you will get more devices for testing.
So
Okay.
just the longer cable be an option? I mean, I understand that when you buy it brand new, you'll get the longer cable, but for us that don't have the longer cable, is that an option?
Dan, for you, I will open a box and I will send you one cable. No problem.
Also, what about the price of the harmonizer? Have we discovered that yet?
Yes. We have some price lists. Let me just check if everything is online. So what we have, let me just check if I can share this. I can probably put it in USD too. Let me just go in USD. Oh, it's only okay, anyway, Euro and USD is the same. So let me just change the window. Probably here. Okay, so you go to biocoherence.net/harmonizer, which is not yet a public page, but you can open it. So the price with 1 year of the Harmonizer software license would be $329 or 329 euros. Or for 2 devices, it would be 599. I can maybe zoom a little bit. Oh yes, I can zoom a little bit. With lifetime license, it means the license that allows BioCoherence to drive it in real time. It would be 799 for 1 device and 1,399 for 2 devices. When I say 2 devices, it means 2 devices that the software can drive at the same time to do some cross-frequency electrical work on the body, which is quite powerful. Then you can buy it without license. and it's $199. And then you have to take a subscription. We will see the subscription later. And you have an accessory pack, which includes a few. So in the main pack, you have 2 pads and 1 large pad. And in the accessory pack, you have 1 back pad, 1 knee pad, and 1 very large pad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that would be $39. So
About that,
yeah,
that price, excuse me, basically for us buying them here in the States, approximately $100 a piece. That's before tariffs, which are likely going to be another $100 on top of that.
no,
So-
your rebate includes your rebates is sufficient to cover the tariffs, as we did on the quotation for you as a reseller, so that you can have the same price at the end.
Okay.
Right. Well, it's how we computed it, but it's still open for discussion. These prices are not yet published anywhere, so maybe we have to adjust it according to every local market constraints. Anyway.
Yeah, and we won't know exactly what the tariffs are until I get those ordered, and
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
they're down the line after that, right?
Yeah,
The tariff bill automatically shows up.
Yeah.
6 months. Hey, so Medrick,
Yes.
so on the double ones, you said you're talking using 2 of them on the same person,
Yes.
right? Is that what you mentioned?
Yes. So one, for instance, would be here, and another one would be somewhere else, or more probably you would use patches at different parts, and it would cross like that. And the 2 would drive different frequencies in sync, so that it can address specific protocols that we use. So it comes from frequency-specific microcurrents, and it uses complementary frequencies to address organ and symptoms in the same time.
So that would be 4 pads, 2 devices, 2
Yes.
Harmonizer discs with 4 pads.
Yes.
You're using like the knee one, which has 2 pads on it.
Exactly, and this one has also 2 pads on it, because if you peel it, you actually have. Sorry, you actually have
Yes.
1 pad in, 1 pad here, and 1 pad here. So if you work locally, this one is fine, because you can just put it on the chest or on anywhere. But sometimes you need to have the pads with longer cables to address different parts of the body.
So would you need, so when running that off the app, that's something that still needs to be updated if you had 2 pads?
No, it should work right now, but it's still more or less in progress, but it should work right now because you have the possibility to, in the app. Sorry, I'm not on the good screen. App. Where is my app? Okay, in the app you have the possibility to connect 2 devices here already.
Okay.
And when you connect 2 devices, it will give you the last mode, which is dual device. And with dual device, but you see, the programs are not yet ready. So you are right. It still needs an update.
Well, also, I've been finding now with the newer versions, I have 2 sensors.
Yeah.
And, even if one sensor's, by my computer and the other one's in the front room next to my Mac, and both of them are charged up, they're not dead. It's just random on whichever one it picks, because sometimes it picks the 04 one and sometimes it picks the 02 one, and it's like it syncs up and I can't get rid of it until even if I go to change, it doesn't want to change. The sensor blue light stays on, and then it tries to connect to it, and it doesn't connect.
It should.
Tickets on that.
Yeah, if you click on change, it should try and list all devices, but it's true that sometimes it's a little bit sticky. It tries to connect automatically to the last one you used with one specific computer locally. But if you want to change the device, it's true that sometimes it's a little bit sticky.
Well, my concern, the reason why I bring this up
Yeah.
is that, harmonizers are Bluetooth also.
Yeah.
So are they, is it, Bluetooth A or Bluetooth, the frequency? In other words, I'm assuming it's the same frequency as the sensors. So, have you guys tried that with the sensor and multiple devices? I mean,
Yes. Bluetooth definitely allows to connect multiple devices at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because my keyboard and my mouse and other, my Bluetooth headphones, my all connect up to my laptop, because that's a version of Bluetooth that's higher. It's like Bluetooth 5 or 6 or maybe it started at Bluetooth 3. But anyway, I'm just, it makes me nervous when I can't change the sensors. I have to cancel, close BioCoherence, the app, before the Bluetooth light on the sensor disengages. It's really odd. My fingers aren't even on the device.
Yeah. Okay. We will check that again. I think it's on the list of things that we have to check anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I'll bump it. Okay. Any other question? Or shall we stop here?
Love the multiple harmonizer thing. I think that's going to be super awesome.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything really like that using the multiples. It's always a single channel, and I could see how that would make some nice resonation.
Yes, because electrical frequency hearing is really powerful, and dual frequency hearing is actually medically proven. So there is a lot of very interesting applications that we can do with that. And if we mix it with the synergy of what we can do in BioCoherence, which is audio and now even color with chromotherapy, which is now included into the latest update into the Harmonizer programs. So I think it can be really interesting.
Yeah, I've been having fun with those too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So one question quick here too. If like Steve and I get together, like we could try the harmonizers, like we could share them across devices.
Well,
Would that be all
we
right?
would have to allow the dual device programs, which I'm not sure are yet allowed because we are still in test mode with the devices. So I have to check. I have to check if I can allow the dual devices for you.
Right. So right now it's just when you get the harmonizer, it's going to be connected to your accounts.
No. The harmonizer is not linked to a specific account. So if you meet with Steve, you can definitely connect the two harmonizer on one BioCoherence app. That's not a problem. But I would have to allow the dual devices programs in the app, which I'm not sure they are right now. So I have to check that.
I think for like sales, once we get rolling here on things, it would be good to be able to demo to somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
For them to tell the difference if they're buying one. I mean, one is like kind of a no-brainer, with the app that it's a great, but then, like, oh, here, try it out here with like a double and see how it feels. And that may be, good for upselling that to get to.
Of course.
When you get our longer cords.
Anyway, honestly, all the harmonizer part in the app has been a little bit quiet since we were focused on other things, and we were still waiting for the devices. But now that the devices will actually come, it should be shipped in 15 days. So we will have them
Nice.
in February, in March at some point. So it will become more. More exciting to finish that and to actually test it in VR with a lot of devices. Okay, cool.
Medicine has, at least the practitioner I go to buy, their power supply, and there's one in every room. It has 6 channels. positive, negative with basically just a volume knob on it. But they can hook up 12 needles, positive, negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's anyway, Harmonizer and catching up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there is no theoretical limit of how many harmonizers we could drive at the same time, but 2 devices is already a little bit complicated, so I don't want to start with, okay, let's use 6 devices,
Yeah, maybe just one on each arm and leg, or maybe for guys you could have 5 every appendage.
Have we seen like what 2 actually does? Like, is it enough? Like, is 1 enough? Have we done any tests like that?
That's what we were just
I haven't
talking
used-
about, but the two of them that can bed together, that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
I do think that once you get above 2, it's probably not as beneficial anymore.
Right.
Getting
That's what
things,
I'm
but I
thinking.
think it seems just, I would assume the 2 would like
Yeah.
expedite exponentially, like rather than like an additive, it would be an exponential increase.
If we want to stay on the scientific side, there are studies on one device with one specific frequency doing things. There are a lot of studies on 2 devices with cross frequencies and measured effects. But I don't know of studies with 3 different frequencies or more. So that's why we stick with 2 right now. But maybe at some point we could go further if really it's needed. But I'm not sure it's really worth the point of complicating the system too much. It's already complicated to put 2 devices at specific points. So
Yeah. My first teacher, who was an acupuncturist, said that less was more.
yes,
That you a lot more with
yeah.
less.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the devices I was talking about at the BI uses, those do not put out frequencies. It's just voltage. So all it is like a volume knob. I mean, they're not pushing frequency. I guess there's a frequency if you convert AC to DC, but other than that, it's not a frequency like what BioCoherence put out. So
No.
it's the traditional, TCI would have to, or TCM would have to catch up with the harmonizer.
Yeah. Mm.
So would not the frequencies getting too many create kind of like binaural beats when you have 2 different ones, you have 2 different frequencies, and now you're creating a third by putting one on the right side, one on the left side, or whatever. Now we have another one that's doing something. Now we're going to add another harmonizer on top of that.
Yeah.
How do we know even what the math of that congestion is going to do? We keep adding more, and that's back to what Laura said. Keep it simple, because we know that a certain one frequency can do awesome stuff. 2, you really need to look at a little bit of math, because anybody who's studied hemisync and holosync and all that stuff, after a while with binaural beats, depending on the person's brain dominance, they can actually have a negative versus positive experience.
Yeah, it kind of brings them too far without the other work.
With
I find. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Really, I didn't know that. With the Monroe stuff, you can go too far and not.
Oh,
yeah.
Have you ever
look
met
at some of those people that the junkies? Yeah, they're whacked out. Yeah, I mean, I think the technology is good and it can elevate you. And I think is what Jeff is saying too. But it's like if you are pushing this too far with the technology and not doing the spiritual work and the emotional thing and living your life and having your experiences and processing that, it kind of fries people out and they're
So
just
okay.
yeah, it's
kind
Go
of
ahead.
glitch. There were kind of
Yeah.
glitch in the personality. TJ and I both know this one person who was extremely advanced in that. And I did hemisync first and then went to holosync back in the early 90s. But I had already been, the spiritual master and meditating for 40 some years before that. So I just noticed that it was really it was like creating new synapses in your brain because of what's happening from it. but I didn't find that I was feeling the spiritual expansion of consciousness in the same way. And so I quit doing it. And I said, look, just toning, that's where my toning stuff came out, is because when you're resonating with your own sounds with intention, you're shifting your own energy field. And I felt
Yeah.
that some of the stuff they had, one size doesn't fit all.
Yeah.
My
I
two
see it as kind of like riding a bike when you're with the pedals that are fixed and you're going down the hill, and when you get too fast that the pedals don't work and you start to get a wobble on the bike. I think that's like one of the detriments of the frequency stuff. If people go too far and they're not like able to hold in their energy field like those frequencies that they're pushing, that's when these wobbles come up. But that's where, with the biocoherence and the subtlety, the underlying ness with the meditation aspect of it is that you're integrating these things in your life, so you're able
Yeah.
to
No, it's interesting that you raise this problem because
See a wobble. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How would we be able to see a wobble? TJ, do you?
Well, either if you're looking at the energy field, the microtubules coming off the skin, there's like a glitch in there. But like what Jeff and I were saying, like you can just see it in behavioral problems with some of these people, and not processing emotion, maybe like their brains not in coherence with their emotional field. There's just like that's like a wobble. I mean, I don't know. You can see it in the field, and you can just see it in like their personality.
It's interesting that you raise all these questions because I am well aware that you can actually fuck your brain if you want with this kind of technologies, and probably your body too. And this is exactly what I want to avoid with BioCoherence. And what we do with BioCoherence.
See those in the malls, anyways, right? Through the TV.
No, I mean,
It's
the way we use frequencies and links in BioCoherence and so on is to recreate harmony inside and to recreate links and to promote inner coherence. And you can not really go over the cliff or go over a certain point with that kind of stated goal. I mean, we try to create harmony inside. You can not have too much harmony. You can push your system too far if you want to drive it to a specific point by pushing on specific buttons that will push you too far. And that's something that maybe you can try and do with the stimulus section in BioCoherence when you add some stimuli on top of something, which is why exactly it's something that is only for pros and experts, because the stimuli can actually push you in certain directions. But if you only use the basic structures that come from the basic resources and priorities and so on, there is no danger of going of going too far. I mean, like you said.
definitely. I think that's the advantage of having like your personal scan and your reading, that it's these other things don't do that necessarily, or it's an estimate, and then it can blow someone else out. But like, yeah, when you're getting your reading and you're doing, I feel like that's like a really safe thing that a lot of these other technologies don't have.
Well,
because of, like,
the scan was what the cool thing is because it's recognizing our changes, where holosync and hemisync and stuff like that, when we're, forcing a specific pattern into a brain that's not what they need, then there's a problem where now we're being scanned, and so the body is recognizing, or the AI is recognizing that which we need to create coherence. And that's the benefit of this, is because as we continue to do this and be rescanned, we can have the correct frequencies being used versus something that's not harmonious to our condition.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
exactly.
And that goes back to what Michael was saying at the
That
beginning.
makes sense, Henrik?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what Michael was saying with the test lists, and like it's giving yourself a check and where you're at, rather than with the hemis or something. It may be good at the beginning and it's pushing you, but then you got to catch up here. But those other things aren't measuring anything, so it keeps pushing until it's out of balance rather than the coherence. So that I think that's like a huge advantage of this.
I mean, it's like if you want to try some high-level sports or anything, if you want to push it, if you want to push yourself very far, you have to be prepared to commit to it and to stay sane and to stay focused. You know, if you want to take products to have some very big muscles, but you only do that, you will just stumble upon new problems. You know, so it's the same for everything. If you want to push yourself very far, you have to commit to a strong discipline somehow. Okay, interesting.
Awesome, exciting stuff.
Yeah, maybe I'll stop the recording now.